All they want to do is be on a screen. We hear this constantly from PDA parents, and the instinct from family, from schools, from most parenting advice is that screens are the problem and limits are the answer. This video is about why that instinct, in PDA specifically, tends to make things significantly worse. For a PDA child or adult, screens are not simply entertainment. They're something else. And once you understand what they actually provide, the pattern makes a different kind of sense. Let's look at what a screen environment actually offers a PDA nervous system. Autonomy. In a screen environment, the person chooses everything. What they watch, what they play, when they start, when they stop, what level they're on, what direction they go. No one is making demands. There is no external pressure. For a nervous system that experiences demand as threat, that is genuinely regulating. Predictability. Games in particular follow consistent rules. The world responds the same way every time. There are no unexpected social demands, no shifting expectations, no one changing the script. That predictability is genuinely calming for a nervous system that finds unpredictability threatening. For many PDA children, the screen is the only space in their day that asks nothing of them. School asked, family asked, the world asked. The screen doesn't. That's not laziness or addiction, it's recovery. So what happens when you set a limit or use a timer to end screen time? The timer itself becomes a demand. The alert becomes a demand. The instruction to stop becomes a demand. The transition away from the one demand-free space they had becomes a demand. And all of those demands land on a nervous system that was just beginning to regulate. The result is usually the exact escalation you were trying to prevent. Removing screen access as a consequence doesn't reduce demand avoidance. It removes the one tool that was helping the nervous system regulate. You've taken away the recovery space. What tends to follow is worse, not better. The screen isn't the problem. The demand load the child is carrying is the problem. The screen is just the symptom, the place they're going to manage it. So what does a more useful approach look like? Instead of focusing on limiting screens, focus on adding other demand-free alternatives and letting the screen share the regulation load rather than carrying it alone. Outdoor time with no agenda, creative materials with no instructions, physical movement with no rules. The more options available, the less any one of them dominates. When transitions away from screens are necessary, offer advance notice and a choice. 5 more minutes or 1 more level. Not, time's up, stop now. That small difference in how the transition is framed can be the difference between a smooth handover and a full escalation. Consider joining them in the screen activity rather than fighting it. Co-regulation through shared interest is real. A parent who sits alongside and engages with what the child is doing creates connection in the demand-free space, rather than making the screen the thing that separates you. The goal isn't less screen time as an end in itself. The goal is a nervous system that has enough recovery and regulation to engage with other things too. Often, reducing demand everywhere else reduces screen dependence naturally, because the screen is no longer the only source of relief. Screen battles are one of the most common things PDA parents bring up in community spaces, because the standard advice doesn't work and often makes things worse, and it can take a while to find a different framing. There's a free Discord community in the description if you want to connect with parents navigating the same thing. Link below. I'll see you in the next video.